Far side is in here as one or two players make some points. The referee will have a word with Fred Howard, the man who refereed the Neath match, of course. And it's a word with David Young. Wales is propped forward. And a penalty to the All Blacks. David Young, just 22 years of age, his 5th game against the All Blacks. Six points all. Really, the All Blacks have put Wales under tremendous pressure, a pressure that's been withstood by the Welshman. But here, Fox, with this kick of some 35 metres, just to change that scoreboard. It shows Wales 6, New Zealand 6. This man will be dissatisfied with the fact that he's already failed with 2 penalty attempts. Will have checked his routine just to see whether there is anything out of sync. We'll get back to basics. We'll have a final look at the posts. The inner calm is the important thing as he pictures the kick. Yes, that's over. And just a hint of a smile, just a little satisfaction, because now the score reads Wales 6, New Zealand 9. Well, having been 6 points adrift, Wales came back to level the scores. Now again it's an uphill task. It'll be interesting to see the option from Thorburn here. This time it's driven straight downfield, and opposite number Gallagher plays football with that and puts in, well, that is a giant of a kick. And again, what punishment for bad tactical thinking.
Yes, you've hit the nail on the head. Again, a poor kick-off. Gallagher all the time in the world, back on the halfway line. The Welsh forwards is destroying them.
Phil Davis will jump at 2 against Gary Wetton. It's aimed at Mark Jones. It's not cleanly done though as Bashop gets it into midfield. Schuster's missed as Joe Stanley comes absolutely straight again. He just loves the confrontation in midfield. McDowell is there wrestling away, driving on, emerges the other side. Tremendous tackle by Thorburn. But should have rolled away, says the referee. Was on the wrong side of that. But what a tackle from the fullback. And you see the arm of Grant Fox there immediately pointing to the goalpost to say, I want to kick this at goal.
That was created by the straight, strong running of Joe Stanley. He changed his angle of running, broke through the Welsh defence, and then he had McDowell on his shoulder, and he drove right in, committing Thorburn to that tackle. Good play by the All Blacks.
So Stanley proving the thorn in the Welsh defence in midfield. The Welshmen are playing a shuffle defence where they just drift across field trying to fill in holes. But it's very difficult as Stanley comes on an inward slant all the time, exposing little holes in midfield. Fox from straight in front of the post, from some 16 metres, 18 metres perhaps. A chance to double the New Zealand lead, and succeeds. The outside half then makes it New Zealand 12, Wales 6.
It's interesting to say about what the Welsh backs and indeed British backs do in this part of the world. We shuffle across field, trying to snuff out the possibilities of the full-back counter-attacking. But of course New Zealand are not using Gallagher at the moment. Stanley's going down the middle and therefore causing confusion in the Welsh ranks.
So it's Wales to restart then. facing a 6-point deficit to Thorburn. Restart this time. It's aimed at the forwards. Wetton gathers, virtually unchallenged. Just a couple of yards too long. Again, O'Brien, just as they form a scrum, it's as tight as that, it's as controlled as that. And again, it's peeling off one way, then the next man comes in. They're looking for the weak spot on the fringes. Lowe is there, changing it one way, changing it the other. Just watch this. Quite amazing. Well, Phil Pugh didn't enjoy that.
I think that's what he's been brought into the Welsh team, to sort of get in and stop those rolling balls. Did his very best, but they still gained about 20-30 metres.
Shelford, a quick word with the scrum half before that ball was placed. Quick ball this time into midfield. Lots of space there. Thorburn finally gets across. Again, so quick to spot the spaces, Fox. Lovely, delicate touch.
There was good play by the New Zealand outside half, Grant Fox, but because he saw that Mike Orr was standing very flat, anticipating the All Blacks moving, chipped it over his head, and again said thank you to his forwards, 50 60 metres downfield.
Great attacking position then for the All Blacks. That's aimed at the back. On the peel comes the giant Wetton. This is Schuster. On the short ball. Stanley again to Schuster. Lots of options. Chooses the kick into the corner. Well covered though by Arthur Emmett.
That was unusual from the All Blacks. Schuster putting the kick ahead. They normally try to keep the ball in hands and look for support, but he decided to push it 10 or 15 metres. Well played by Emir.
Dark clouds accumulating over the National Stadium here at the Arms Park, and ominous signs as well for Wales. 6 points adrift and under pressure here from an All Black surge. The line out is theirs. Supremely taken. It's Pugh and Wetton again on the fringes, but look at that straight drive. Again, it's so tightly in there. Bishop just telling them he's looking to see where the weak point is. Driving, just half a metre short.
And that's something new that we've seen in this tour. We'd always regarded the New Zealanders as great ruckers of the ball, but now they've changed the game. This smalling game where they have the ball in hand, they're completely in control of it. And number one there, it looked as if he was going to go over McDowell, but the referee gave scrum 5.
Wales will need to watch the blind side. Shelford, Bishop, Innes, tackled by Emmett. And again, Mark Jones as well there as Wayne Shelford arrives. Just a little late for that. And the referee awards a penalty. For that very reason, I would assume.
Great defensive work by Wales there. 5 yards from the line. It looked as if they were bound to go over, but good tackling drove them back.
This is Anthony Clement then, as the drizzle comes down here at the National Stadium. Really, it's very dark indeed. Conditions will get more and more difficult, of course, once the ball gets slippery. As we enter the final few minutes of this, the first half then. Shelford was the man that got hands to it. And as the umbrellas go up on that open bank on the East Terrace. Quick possession for Clement. Bishop was doing the chasing job. This is straight and right. And the winger again straight downfield. Andy Earl, 6 is there in support. Now it's 8. 7 will be there quickly. Yes, he is. Doesn't get the ball though as McDowell, 1, drives on. Takes out 3 men. The rest now follow in. Bishop blindside. Well, the captain's hand's not quite up to it then, as the Welshman lies prone just off camera. Phil Davis. But tremendous driving. We've seen it all tour, Phil Bennett. Once 6 is in the action, you know that 7 and 8 will be there shortly.
Yes, exactly. You see Wales winning the ball. Good harassing by Bishop. Clement doesn't find touch and just look for the counter-attack. And as you say, the back row are always in support. right off on a determined run. There's number 7 in your shot, and there's Andy Earl, an unsung member of this pack, who I think is at a great tour. There's his captain, number 8, another of the back row, driving forward. There's number 7 just off his shot. McDowell loves to picking up, maybe should have released it, but again, sets up good attacking ball for his backs. But there's where we've seen a lot of this afternoon from the New Zealand. The ball was put down.
As we enter the final minute of the first half, 6 points the difference between the two sides, as Phil Davis, Nesh's captain, Wales' vice-captain, just shakes his head to clear the mind, just to get rid of the mist. Wales' defensive scrum then, as Paul Thorburn goes up to plug a hole on the blind side there, leaving the kicking duties to outside half Anthony Clement. Thorburn positioned up tight on the right-hand side. As Robert Jones hoists a towering kick, and that's good tactical play from the captain.
Yes, exactly, because the last kick that Tony Clement kicked, it didn't find touch, so Jones took a bit of pressure off him and put it 30-40 metres down line.
And you can see the rain lashing down at the National Stadium there. It's coming in from the Taff end, which is the All Black end at the moment, as we enter injury time in this, the first half. Basham, such quick hands to get rid of that under that sort of pressure is remarkable. Thorburn waits. Schuster, good timing, and delivers. Well, it wasn't good timing, says the referee. Really, he got there at the absolute moment. As Clement then needs to get this over the touchline, fails to find touch though, right to Fox. He put it back into the corner. And captain Robert Jones, so confident, so neat, as the referee whistles and signals and has a word with the All Black captain Wayne Shelford. We hear from France that the French at half-time lead the Australians by 12 points to 10. The latest score from Twickenham, and that's an interesting one. It's 13 points all between England and Fiji. Here, Phil Bennett, at the half-time stage, it's 6 points the difference. And the All Blacks, really having experienced this electrifying experience, have got on with the job as you'd expect from the world champions, I assume.
Exactly. Territorially, they've been deep in the Welsh 22 for long periods. But what's so untypical of the All Blacks, that they put the ball on the deck on a few occasions, some drop passes, also allied to some excellent tackling by the Welsh back row and wingers Emir and Hall. But really, I think the Wales will be delighted in many ways to be only 12 points to 6 down, because I think Richard Lowe had a try disallowed, and they've been on the Welsh line on numerous occasions. But it's anybody's game at the moment, but one feels that the All Blacks are in control at this particular moment.
What little points does Robert Jones now want to get through to his players then, as they gather there and listen to their captain going through the necessities of the second half?
Well, I think he's saying to the forwards, hey, come on, we've got to have more possession, because really we haven't seen Gareth Llewellyn win any line-out ball as such, because the All Blacks have been mainly thrown in. I think he's got to say to Phil Davis, you're my pack leader, come on, we've got to compete at line-outs, because I think Wetton, Earl and at the back, Shelford are cleaning out at the moment. You see, you can't play without the ball. Wales have only had it once to move it amongst the backs, where Mike Hall came in, but there was a bit of confusion in midfield and the ball went down. I think what Wales also have to guard against, as we spoke earlier, when they shuffle across field and we see that Joe Stanley goes down in the middle, creating havoc. But 12 points to 6, it's still there to be won. I think what Wales desperately need is a try. That would really lift up the spirits, because at the moment we haven't looked like scoring a try. It's only been Paul Thorbur's boot that's kept us in the game.
Well, what must have helped Welsh spirits is the response of this massive crowd here. It's really got behind the national side. The atmosphere has been supreme here, probably even more intense than what we experienced when England were here at the end of last season. And now it's a test of character of these two men, the two captains, as Shelford has a quick word with Andy Earl. A special crew cut for the occasion from Earl, by the way, as Robert Jones now needs to lift this Welsh side. They can see that it's just 6 points, Fred Howard explaining that half-time at this level is 4 minutes, and perhaps that the players have got to their position too quickly. But now Howard makes his way to this side, Roger Quitterton to the other side. And Quitterton, of course, has a long memory of All Black Welsh confrontations. Sandy McNeil whistles. Grant Fox kicks off this second half of the test match between Wales and the All Blacks. Mike Brewer in trouble, but the ball forward, says the referee. So will there have been inspiring words from the two captains at half-time? Kevin Phillips just struggling with a knee injury there. The first scrum is always an indication of how intense feelings are, and Kevin Phillips unhappy with events at the moment.
It'll be interesting in the second half to see how the fitness levels of both sides work out, because the All Blacks have been here now for about 4 weeks. They were out in British Columbia, so they've been living, eating, sleeping rugby for this last 4 or 5 weeks. They should be the fit of 50.
Kevin Phillips re-enters the fray. Again, Shelford this time sets off. Look for Schuster. He comes on the short one. Again, Basham not quite decisive enough. Retrieved though by the hooker Fitzpatrick. Brewer in support again. The big flanker, as we've seen him all tour. Number 6 is the other one. 8 is the other one. Can Shelford get there? The pass to Basham. He's got right outside. Ignores right and fails to get to the corner. What defence!
A mixture of great defence by Wales, but surely Basham should have released that ball, because Wright would have got into the corner.
Well, from this position, of course, it's a bit easier. Basham in his first international could see a try there, beckoning, gambled and lost.
This throw-in has got to be spot on. No mistakes from Kevin Phillips.
Davis or Llewellyn have to be the receivers. It's won by the All Blacks, and Basham not over keen to get that. Mike Griffiths shouts some words of encouragement.
Mark Jones gone to the front of the line there again to try and confuse and stop any ball that Gary Wetton might win at that front. But again, just left David Young exposed, marking look number 8, Wayne Shelford at the back.
Fitzpatrick has the aim then. The peel is on. Earl wins it. Taken on by Phil Davis though. It's good driving as Jones finally runs out of space. Again, it's the same tactic from Wales at the line-out. Force the All Blacks to lob the ball into the line over the heads of the big men at the front. Well, Kevin Phillips looked for the classy pickup when perhaps the hack would have been more profitable at that stage.
Yes, the cardigan of Pembroke go for 50 metres would have been far more satisfactory as far as Wales are concerned.
Basham again then. Fox, little move in midfield. Innes on the crash ball. Better Welsh defence, but the ball laid back on a plate. Basham again to Fox. This is Schuster with lots of space for Gallagher. No winger there though, as Innes is in field, but Schuster still goes. And just out of play.
I think he'll be a little annoyed with himself, you know, John Schuster. He looked at him brilliantly there. He seemed to be out the legs of Paul Corbin, and I thought he would have looked inside at least, but again he chose to put the ball on the deck and it's gone into touch. Great pressure for the All Blacks though.
Again, it's defensive discipline for Wales, and again you see the problems that the hookers are having in understanding the signals. Llewellyn wins it. Jones starts on a little run. The kick though charged down. Is this well, just fails to get a try, knocked it over the line. Schuster throws the ball away in disgust, hoping to have had a test try here at the Arms Park.
Tell you what, Robert Jones' heart missed a beat or two there.
referee again puts a hand on Richard Lowe. He gained the penalty in the first half, concedes one now. So Wales need to weather this early storm and just gradually work that touchline out of the danger area. The two sevens, Brewer and Gary Jones at the back there. This is Fitzpatrick, the hooker. Andy Earl, again, virtually unchallenged. And again, it's this straight drive. Dowell on the fringes, trying to get Phil Pugh out of the way on that side. Brewer drives straight, so does Lowe. Then the feet try and release the ball. And that gap on the blind side. That's the one to watch, as Basham and Shelford will look to exploit. No, it's the other side then. A long pass to Gallagher. Better defence by Wales. Again, Brewer gets Thorburn out of the way. Lots of people over right side for the All Blacks, but they decide on the forward drive again. Lowe just looking for the weak point again.
New Zealand changed their tactics that time. Moved the ball wide with Gallagher coming in on the outside.
And well, the Welsh forward said something to the referee, and the response to the referee is to award the All Blacks a penalty. And I'm sure that Robert Jones, the captain, will get in amongst his forwards and just explain to them that they shouldn't do that. It offers the opposition such an advantage. So a second half that's been scoreless up until now. A chance for Fox then to increase that New Zealand lead to 9. Fox with 8 points to his credit, a chance to make it 11. Oh, the noise from the crowd, not sportsmanlike at all, but it makes no difference to this man. The rest of the world is shut away, concentration absolute, and now it's a 9-point lead to the tourists. Thorburn looking a long way downfield. Whether the restart, yes, it will be a long restart. The wind at his back in the second half, but so comfortably collected by Fox. And the reply, well, very nearly with interest. For the first time in the game then, Wales vary their line-out tactics. This time it's down to Gareth Llewellyn and Mark Jones, both of knee. Jones loses out to Earl though, as Shelford runs straight into Welsh tacklers. Fox this time looks to the blind side, and the little space out there as Emyr and Thorburn chase back. Emyr dummies, starts on a little run, beats the first line of defence, tackled by Innes. Wales need to win this as Robert Jones collects, and Paul Thorburn. Well, that's more All Black-like from the Welshman to retrieve that on the retreat, and to win it comfortably and to get the response from Thorburn was good stuff.
A huge problem for Wales at the moment. They cannot win any ball at all from line-out or scrum.
Superb hands from Basham again. Just flicks the ball away as Schuster takes on the Welsh defence. Stanley is there, stays on his feet, the rest of them arrive. It's being fed again, Lowe and Shelford and McDowell. Again, the space on the open side, or the right-hand side, should they wish to release it. Even Fitzpatrick was playing as a right winger there.
But again, look at the referee's arm. New Zealand ball, they've gone forward. As we saw at Straddy last week, they didn't let Netley play in the second half, the last 40 minutes. The same here this afternoon, Wales cannot win any decent ball.
Shelford hardly bothering with that scrum, just having hands on it. Little runs off the ball, quite amazing. But superb tackling by Thorburn. This is my call. Tackled by Wetton. Thorburn comprehensively dumped by Stanley. What a tackle from the centre. And Wales can win this. The ball on its way, killed by an All Black. Stanley, such a strong man. Running or tackling, makes no odds. What pressures on this man then, Paul Thorburn? Has been Wales' sole point scorer in the game. And a successful kick here from some 46 metres would raise the Welsh hopes again.
There's the little move on the blind side. Great tackle by Thorburn. The ball goes loose. Good play by Mike Hopper. Look who's tackling him. Gary went in the second row. We saw how fast he was. There he gets him, takes him down. Well, look at this tackle. He slams Paul Thorburn back.
The man with 205 points to his credit for Wales. Can he strike this? That is a supreme kick. Just scrapes underneath the bar. That looked to be sailing over from the moment he hit it, and just at the last moment failed to make it. Well, tremendous kick from the fullback. But it fails to get Wales back within striking distance. Fox, unlike last weekend, goes back into centre field to restart. The All Blacks reclaim it. And Fox with so much time to drive that ball upfield.
It's very important. Wales, I think, dictate the line-out, start at their game. Thankfully 2 and 4 man, changing the pace of the game.
Too late, says the referee. Quite snappy enough. Fox has a look around and inquiring look at his captain. No doubts in the captain's mind. Drive it downfield. Fine touch is the request from the captain, and you don't argue with Wayne Shelford.
Yes, earlier on in the first half he put a few up and unders from the short penalty, but he's so confident of line-out ball that he's saying let's stick it down there.
Yes, that line-out count comprehensive as far as the All Blacks are concerned. That's good from Gareth Llewellyn. This is Clement, this is David Evans. Check inside. Well, Kevin Phillips, an inquiring look at the referee, is wondering whether there was an All Black killing that ball in the shape of Wayne Shelford. No, says the referee, we'll have a scrum down. And Wayne Shelford standing off that scrum again in defence, cutting down Wales's options. Robert Jones spots that, decides, well, on a long outfit, Emmett has come across, takes on the tacklers, gets over the advantage line. Robert Jones has to do the flankers work, and indeed finds himself at the wrong end of some flying boots as well.
And that's a prime example of bodies on both sides killing the ball, and there's where the boots start to go in.
Well, Gareth Llewellyn there, winning his first cap, not afraid to stamp his authority. Wayne Shelford again closes down the blind side, stands off that scrum. Wales have to go the other way then.
And that's good tactics by the New Zealand skipper, because any thoughts Robert Jones has of using that narrow side, he's going to question it because Shelford's there to block him out.
Thorburn poised to enter the line, out wide for Wales. The Welsh 8 taking on the All Black 7, which brings Shelford then into a driving, tackling position. Wales win it again. Clement this time drives the low, grubber kick downfield. Again, the response to the crowd, much like as if Wales had scored a try.
Interesting tactics by Wales. They knew that Shelford was out, so Mark Jones tried to keep it in and drive the New Zealanders back in the scrum. But they're not supposed to be good scrummages, but they didn't do badly on that occasion.
You see Phil Davis and Mark Jones, they're standing at 1 and 2 for Wales. McDowell and Wetton are the two All Blacks opposite. Again, it's the lob from Fitzpatrick. Again, the response from Wetton is supreme. Timing to perfection. Cox will kick. Test Thorburn. Takes it. Gets it rid of it to David Evans. This could be dangerous. Fitzpatrick looks for the inward support. Sets up the maul. And, well, for once we see a lack of control from the All Blacks. And the Welsh captain just needing a little bit of treatment. Kevin Phillips goes and checks as well as the forwards get into a little huddle. They need to get things sorted out. They've kept the All Blacks to within 9 points. This is the crucial moment, Phil Bennett. Let's look at that territorial advantage as far as Wales is concerned. Possession the other way, which is surprising when you compare those two. Now, having held on in this initial period, Phil Bennett, Wales need now to up the tempo, yes, take the game to the All Blacks.
They've got to take some chances, really. They can't win any ball, but any ball they have now, they have to use it. We've got to get a try to get back in the game.
So Gareth Llewellyn stands just slightly out of that line, ready to jump, is prevented from jumping perhaps as Young then does the tiding job, and the referee, a penalty. Kevin Phillips will want to take it, does take it, has support from Griffiths, and driven, well, comprehensively back. Not only that, the ball taken, well, so easily, embarrassingly by the All Blacks there, and it's the difference between individuals against a collective force. Griffiths exposed, and the All Blacks so quick to take advantage. Llewellyn again wins that. Gary Jones goes down and retrieves, gets support from Young. Again, though, Wales on the retreat as they try and reclaim it, and the All Blacks will get the advantage. Long pass to Fox, short little one. Good defence this time, very much aware of what might happen. Both Clement and David Evans were waiting for Stanley there. But again, it's the black tide that surges on.
And really, you've got the feeling that the All Blacks are really taking command. They have for the last 20 minutes or so, and I think it's only a matter of time before they really put that possession into points.
Stanley goes way outside Gallagher on that right side. Bishop will exploit that, straight to Stanley. On the loop comes Gallagher, clean through goes the full-back. Well, checks inside, the support from Bishop. A try in his debut. But the creative work was done by Gallagher. The tries is the scrum half. And gets the congratulations from Andy Earl. And now the difference, 13 points.
As I said, it just had to come, really. So much possession, so much territorial advantage. Look for the work done off the ball. There's Gallagher running off the ball. Lovely pass. Leaves Mark Ring for dead. He's looking for support, steps inside. He knows it's going to come from somebody. And there's the little scrum half. Test debut. He's going to be delighted. Over for a try. And from the other angle, perfect ball, really. Good scrum ball. Off the ball, the work is done. Here's the pass that did it all. Went outside Mark Ring. Emir obstructed the other wing. But there's Basham supporting on the inside. Lovely play with the scrum half.
Grant Foxton with this attempt of a conversion of Graham Basham's try. And again, the outside half succeeds. And the All Blacks now take a 15-point lead. And what a tour this has been for Basham, the scrum half. Came as the reserve scrum half, his test debut at the Arms Park, and gets a try. Robert Jones looks for inspiration. Thorburn with the restart. Again, just a bit too long. And again, the response from Fox is to drive that ball over the touchline and start afresh at the line out. Three men this time from Wales. 5 is Llewellyn, 6 is Pugh, 8 is Mark Johnston. And the penalty awarded as well. Phillips will take it quickly, looks around for support. Off he goes on the charge, gets past the first man. He's on his own though. What a